Apologize for that. You're very welcome to this lunchtime news edition, this 8th day of July 2022 with Wadulo Mark Arnold. We're going to be having a 30-minute engagement, so please stay tuned. Now, to start off, the former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe of Japan's longest-serving leader died on Friday, hours after he was shot while campaigning for a parliamentary election, shocking a country in which political violence is rare and guns are tightly controlled. A man opened fire on Abe, who is 67, from behind with an apparently homemade gun as he spoke at the Drab traffic island in the western city of Nara, Japanese media reported. It was the first assassination of a sitting former Japanese premier since the days of pre-war militarism in the 1930s. The hospital that tried to save him said that he died at 5 p.m., about 5.5 hours after he was shot. A doctor said that Abe had bled to death from 2 deep wounds, one on the right side of his neck. He had no vital signs when he was brought in. Speaking before Abe's death was announced, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida condemned the shooting in the strongest terms, while Japanese people and the world leaders expressed shock. May his soul rest in eternal peace. In other news, the city abattoir along Port Bell Road in Kampala is all set for the feast of Eid al-Adha and has started receiving animals for slaughter, although commodity prices are expected to hike a little to make ends meet with the low business during the recovery season. Eid al-Adha is celebrated by the Muslims world over, including Uganda, in remembrance of Prophet Ibrahim's obedience to God by sacrificing animals and giving to the needy.
Safe and safe environment to operate in. You can carry out any type of business, but for the Saturday celebration, which is the Zulia, for our Muslim brothers, we're trying to set up a proper monitoring of the facility, which is Kampala City Abattoir. We're trying to set up all the necessary equipment to be working in place, the police systems to move the meat. We are expanding our cow section so that we can receive more than 1,000 cows for the Zulia celebrations, because you know we have our Turkish brothers, we have our German brothers who are coming here to celebrate with us that graceful day. So we are trying to create a conducive environment for them to operate in.
For Saturday we are well prepared. Our workers are here. The cows will have started receiving them. Actually, we are just waiting for the day.
Traders expect to register a good number of animals and a high turn-up of customers for this year's Eid al-Adha. The city abattoir technical team says that prices of animals and beef will vary from weight, but negotiable. On prices, the number of slaughtered animals will influence the prices, with a kilogram of meat expected to cost between 14,000 shillings and 15,000 shillings from the 12,000 shillings at the abattoir.
The price always depends on the cows we receive. So if we receive more cows, the price can tend to be okay, and it depends on the quality of cow you want, because we receive our cows from different areas of the country and even from outside the country. Like from Congo, you receive from the Rwanda, from Burundi, from Kenya. So it depends on what you want to buy. But we have cows on all prices. We have cows ranging from 800 to 2 million to 3 million. So depending on what you want to buy and what you want to celebrate. So for the goats, the prices will be high. We expect goat prices to hike due to the demand for the goats, because most people, they can only afford to celebrate using the goats and the sheep, yet their population is very little within the country, and very few people import them.
Tumanyi nti embeera tennatereera era nkubiriza abantu baffe abali abalina butchers in and around Kampala bategeere nti bannayuganda baavu, ennyama baleke kugirinyisa nnyo. Ennyama bagitule ku mutwalo gumu 134 tebagiteeka ku gumu ekitundu. Abantu ne muntu wa wansi asobola okuba nga asobola okuba nga yeggulira enva kubanga wano tubasuubuza ku mutwalo gumu 10 kyesuubira nti eneesinga ebbeeyi ennyo tujja gibasuubuza ku gumu 2 weyabayi nti ku gumu 4 baba basobola okugitunda nabo ne bafunako ne baleka abantu ne beeyagala ku lunaku lwa Idi nga bafuna enva ez'okulya.
During the feast of Eid al-Adha, Muslims reenact Ibrahim's obedience by sacrificing a cow or a ram. The family will eat about a third of the meal, a third goes to friends and relatives, and the remaining third is donated to the poor and needy. The giving of charity in the form of money, food or clothes to the homeless or poor is another key tradition of Eid al-Adha.
This year we are going to slaughter about 100 cows and it's 210 goats which we slaughtered on Eid day. In our religion we have 3 days to slaughter it. They will be slaughtered within 3 days and the meat will be given to anybody regardless of the religion, because it is especially the local people in our village, they benefit from them. And then we give also share.
Now, despite its pious origins, Eid al-Adha is a big celebration. Believers tend to dress up in their finest garments, often having bought new clothes for the occasion to meet with family and friends to celebrate together. The dealers in such often have mega sales, but this year traders in Kampala are decrying low sales. Our reporter Ivan Juko made rounds downtown Kampala to assess the business ahead of Eid al-Adha this Saturday.
Tebadde nnungi nnyo kuba kati abantu basinzira bwe bali kati abantu bazze batono bajja batono abajja ne bakebera naye prices zikyukamu ezeebu kubanga osobola okusooka n'ogenda gye wajja ebyasooka price nosanga bikyuseemu kitegeeza naawe oba olina okukyusa ku prices kati wajja nasanga nga beewu gye yasanga kulumu 2,200 aba yenkanga mu boozi bazina mu kiro kitegeeza ajja kwetaaga
wali eri abantu bajjumbira nnyo okugula ebintu kweno babadde bakiiti
kiki mwasedde
okuba nga omanya embeera y'ekonomi ennaku badde abantu baavu wekityo that's why babadde
In other news, military police has this morning foiled a strike at Usafi market in Kampala, which had been planned by the traders and taxi drivers operating in the market. Our reporters rushed at the scene, and this is what they managed to capture.
Tumaze emyaka 9 mu kifo kino nga tulwana nga abatakisi tukole naye kitwewuunyisizza oluvannyuma lw'okukola enteekateeka ez'enjawulo ne Idi wa Kampala n'akyusa ekifo kino n'akifuula Ntebe Road Taxi Park oluvannyuma lw'okulaba nga ebbanga lyonna ekifo kya Usafi kigaanye okukola. Ffe ffennyini abatakisi ne tuwandiika ebbaluwa ne bannaffe abasuubuzi tubagamba tukyuseemuko ku mmotoka tuziteekeko ku kkubo emmotoka zibe nga zirabika naye bwe twogera bannaffe baagiggyemu lutalo era bwe twogerera essaawa eno
tulina obutatukwatagana nabo baagala tubeere wansi waabwe mu mikono gyabwe kugamba babeere nga be batufuga fe abatakisi kye tutakkiriza era waliwo miitingi emu gye twalimu waggulu eyo ng'abasuubuzi bagamba nti kyamaanyi w'akatale ka Usafi tuyina kubeera wansi we byonna byonna ebikolebwa mbu tuyina kubeera wansi we fe abatakisi kye tutakkiriza nga bagamba lina katale Museveni ettaka lino lyali wakatale ka Usafi naye nga pulezidenti y'omu be baatusindika okutujja mu paaka enkadde ne batugabirako paati.
Emmotoka z'Entebbe Road baazizzayo mu paaka enkadde tuludde ebbanga nga tukyogerako tebatufaako tubonaabona bubonyiibonyi buli omu twali batembeera baali bakola ku makulu baatuleeta ne tetufuna
babbayi ne bakulembera ekikwekweto ekyo nga batwala emmotoka mu paakinga kati tuba tetukola tukole tutya nga gavumenti etuyambye etya tukooye embeera embi ffe tetwandyekalakasiza naye embeera ebagikola ki ebagireeta tusalire ku magezi naffe tufune ebyokukola ekiseera bwe batuukira ne batugira emmotoka ezo simanyi bakigobero simanyi baki ababeera ku makubo n'ebiseera ebyo twakola mu butuufu twasanyuka naye ate eddakiika emu ne baziza ku makubo kati amaduuka tetulina be tuweereza era ekyo ekiseera emidaala gyajjula obutale abantu bajja nga banoonya ebifo naye wayita akaseera katono emmotoka ne ziddayo kati tubeera muno nga tuzunga buzuuzi tetulina be tuwa byakulya tetulina be tuwa byakunywa buli omu yeeyiya bweyiiya.
Ministry of Lands has embarked on reviewing a number of land laws like the Land Act, Acquisition Act, among others, so as to address the emerging issues on the land investment in the country. This was revealed during a multi-stakeholders meeting by the European Union, GIZ, and the Ministry of Land, together with Uganda Investment Authority and local government authorities, at the second National Multi-Stakeholders Dialogue on Responsible Investment in Land at Royal Suits, Bugolobi.
We'll see how to pack. I mean, it's a very flavorful. Then you eat everything.
Reports indicate that the current commercial investments in agriculture and forestry are increasing, exerting pressure on land as a resource. These investments can lead to loss of access to land, conflicts and forced evictions, thereby restricting and preventing inclusive and sustainable development pathways. In a bid to find lasting solutions on how best to deal with this, the European Union, GIZ, with partnership with the Ministry of Land, organized the second National Multi-Stakeholders Dialogue on Responsible Investments in Land.
Local government institutions, and in particular the Alternative Dispute Resolution Committee, has been instrumental in addressing out of court investment-related grievances, namely concerns of the community with respect to accessing water for domestic use, which water point is within the confines of the investment. And the Alternative Dispute Resolution Committee is addressing that as one of the challenges.
Investments are, of course, very important because Uganda needs investments for its economic progress, that yet they need to be guided, they need to be sustainable, and will go in hand with the demands of the local communities. And this is why the German government, in cooperation with the European Union, is supporting the Uganda Ministry of Lands in promoting this progress. And of course, this progress is also including many different actors.
The project is currently working with domestic investors, communities and district local governments in Central, Teso and Lango regions to ensure that investments in land are productive and contribute to sustainable land management and respect the rights of the local population.
For the Land Act amendment, for the Registration of Titles Act, the Survey Act and the Land Acquisition Act, we are also at advanced stages of amending all those laws, and very soon we shall be in Cabinet to have them approved, and then we go to Cabinet. So within this year, we should have the Land Act, the Land Acquisition Act, and the Survey Act in Parliament for a debate and enactment in 2 laws.
Land investors have quite often been taking advantage of the legal uncertainties and high corruption levels in the land sector to acquire land without recognition of existing land rights, and as a result, the locals have faced the dire consequences.
Challenges that we usually find are well known in the land law, where land belongs to the people. So we're having the challenge of getting this land fully to our names. We usually face challenges of people still, the squatters, still refusing to leave this land, so they keep bringing up issues, and also the issue of some of the fake land titles that people create over this land, and we keep having those conflicts. The Ministry of Land to really handle this issue of the fake land titles in order for us not to have such challenges.
Zahra Abigaba, UBC News.
Furthermore, after insurgencies from neighboring countries, refugees in Uganda seem to have settled in. A one-day sports gala organized by the Norwegian Refugee Council was at Old Kampala SS grounds. The instance is to promote coexistence with the host community. And these are the details.
Guys.
With the theme promoting peaceful coexistence between refugees and the hosting communities, refugees in Uganda united through sports. Football, being the biggest sporting discipline in the country, attracted 7 refugee teams including Somalia, Rwanda, Congo, Eritrea, Burundi and others competing against host Uganda. The gala, organized by the Norwegian Refugee Council in partnership with the UN, had teams compete in a round-robin format before Burundi and Congo made it to the finals. A penalty shootout separated the two sides, with Congo taking the blue ribbon. For many, this gala provided an opportunity for networking.
All they beat us all the game. So at least we remain with one game like you. We are trying to find our chance whether we can win or we lose and we go home. There is many tribes or nationality who are coming play from this ground. So we get to know each other.
Encountered a lot of nationalities, which is something good. Yeah, you can get connections which can help in the future.
It is a very good gesture because it is in such for us that we get to understand, we get to know, to interact amongst ourselves, the challenge they get and the challenges we have as a hosting community. They do not come here not because they want, they come here for very many reasons, one of them being war and other problems.
On their part, the Norwegian Refugee Council held the high level of professionalism from both the host communities and the refugees, highlighting how communities can work together in harmony.
We want to foster peaceful coexistence between the host community and the refugee communities. We've been having issues that have been clashing so many times. So we decided as one of the activities for this year is to foster peace within the communities. We want them to live together in harmony because they need each other. We are all human, we need each other. Today I'm a refugee, tomorrow someone is a refugee because you don't know what comes tomorrow. So we need them to stay together, to live in harmony because they need each other, we need each other.
The Norwegian Refugee Council promised making such galas annual, with the next due in December this year.
We'll now take a short commercial break and be back with more news tonight, so please stay tuned.
Fimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
Leaders who care create a good learning environment. Because a good school equals a better life. Raising voices.
Are you a player in the tourism sector with a struggling business following the COVID pandemic? UDB, in partnership with European Union, is providing financial assistance to businesses operating in the tourism sector. You can access subsidized loan with grants, loan with a tenor of up to 5 years, free business advisory services, and free environmental impact assessment. Visit www.udbl.co.ug/call for applications to apply. Deadline for submission is 31st October 2022 at 5 p.m. For more information, please call 0414 355 509.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Are you a young entrepreneur aged 18 to 35 with a startup that is looking for technical, business support, access to international markets, and direct financial support? Hive Collab in partnership with Cosme, ITC, and Moit and Anita Uganda is implementing the Youth Startup Academy in Uganda, YSAU, that will drive growth and scale globalization of Uganda's emerging youth startups. The YSAU is starting up manufacturing and maker-space facilities, mobile app testing and computer labs, and co-working spaces that will provide early-stage startups with access to all equipment they need to build their minimum viable product, access to local and international expert coaches, and more. Applications close on 15th of July. To learn more and apply, visit ysa.hivecollab.org or call 0774 555 999.
Getting a birth certificate is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Get a birth notification record stamped by a medical officer from a medical facility where the baby was born, or from a sub-county chief if the birth occurred in the community. 2. Go to the NERA offices in your area and present the notification record, a copy of the parent's or guardian's national ID, and a bank payment slip of 5,000 shillings for citizens and $40 for non-citizens. 3. Apply by filing NERA Form 3 from NERA offices or download it from the NERA website www.nera.go.ug. A birth certificate will then be issued to you. Birth certificates to refugees born in Uganda are free of charge. This message is brought to you by NERA.
Susan, I want to propose to Rose. Yes, and this time I am serious.
Have you guys had sex?
Duh, of course.
And have you had sex without using condoms?
Hey, nga you're curious.
I'm more concerned. Are you having sex with other people?
Hey, hello, is this an interview or what?
No, just things you should think about. Do you know Rose's HIV status?
Okay, this is serious. Should I be worried?
It is actually serious. Do you know your HIV status?
I think I am safe. Many times we get into situations that put us at risk of HIV. However, the first step to ending HIV is getting tested and knowing your results.
It's Time Up HIV. Call 0800-211-046 or text 8080 toll-free for more information about how to prevent HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health with support from USAID.
A World Cup in the desert? The first one in the Middle East. The first to be held at the end of the year? That's crazy. Get ready for spectacular moves. High-flying saves. Unbelievable goals. Out of this world celebration.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. You're still watching the UBC Lunchtime News, broadcasting live from Naila Avenue. Now, with me in studio, I have a gentleman, CPA Ronald Mutumba from the, I think maybe let me let him introduce himself better, because me introducing someone that knows himself better would be a disservice. You're welcome, Mr. Mutumba.
Thank you, Arnold.
A kind introduction. Who are you and who do you represent?
My name is, like you just said, CPA Ronald Mutumba. I am a member of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, actually a council member, and I chair our Member Services Committee.
Okay. I must come out clean and say the reason why I actually paused was because I thought I was going to say International Institute, so the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda.
Right.
What's this body all about? What does it do?
ICPAU is a statutory body mandated to regulate the accountancy profession in Uganda and also regulate the conduct of accountants in Uganda.
Wow. And what is the relevancy of the ICPAU to an audit?
Key in our role is to ensure the quality and responsibility accounting, financial accounting within the country, both in the private and public sectors. We ensure that the accountancy profession is practiced in the public interest.
Okay, is it a mandate that every accountant, whether in public or the private sector, must be a member, or they could still not be a member and be successful?
The Accountants Act, we've got a statute called the Accountants Act that prescribes for one to be an accountant, they must be members of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants.
Okay. All right. So briefly tell us about what the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda is involved in. What are some of ICPAU's immediate plans, you know, and forecasts?
As part of the mandate to ensure that we regulate the accountancy profession, it means we've got to also mainstream what the profession is all about. A key mandate we have is also to advise government on matters regarding the economy in Uganda. And currently we're organizing the 10th CPA Economic Forum, at which we are going to host a number of experts, both within the accountancy industry and out of the industry. And we shall deliberate, share ideas on the economic situation, and also make some recommendations to government.
So you say the 10th?
Yes, please.
So it's going to be the 10th. What are some of those things that you have achieved along the way to come to the 10th?
From the Economic Forum held every July, you will notice that it is immediately at the start of the financial year. We bring together the experts and share an outlook of what the public, through the experts, expect, so that we advise government what to incorporate in the planning process for the economy. And along the way, as an example, at the last Economic Forum, the 9th, amongst the many recommendations we made, about 10 of them, 2 of them were implemented in the new budget and plans, including reorganization of government agencies and ensuring enhanced accountability of the use of public funds.
Okay. I see that the theme is going to be a responsive economic development agenda. To what extent is the theme for this theme relevant to Uganda?
The theme,
especially today. I mean, we're in a phase whereby the post-pandemic effects are still raging on, and if not, we are actually feeling them higher, creepingly, but higher.
Yeah, like you said, the theme is a responsive economic development agenda, and we want to steer the debate to the current economic situation within the country right now, so that we can listen in from the experts. And we should not only diagnose, but we should also be able to prescribe solutions that fit within the Ugandan context.
Right. And what are some, if you wouldn't mind, what are some of those prescriptions that we need to pay attention to, not only as accountants as per se, but even as Uganda, me owning a company or someone out there owning a company that they would like to know, perhaps so that they could keep their accountant working.
Thank you, Arnold. Some of the issues that are glaring in the face of everyone is the skyrocketing prices for not only essential commodities, but even what we used to consider non-essential commodities. Prices are soaring high. The fuel prices are driving everything crazy. This is having a direct impact not only on the business operational costs, but also on the cost of living for individuals. Now, if the usual solutions pop up for discussion to subsidize or not to subsidize, to increase taxes or not to increase taxes. So the Economic Forum is an opportunity for us to debate. Let the experts come join us. We debate these issues and see within the Ugandan context, yes, there is a global crisis, but within the Ugandan context, how can we manage this?
Okay.
Right.
Help me understand, as the Institute for Certified Public Accountants, do you now that you're going to have the 10th, Economic Forum, do you all agree on certain moves that you apply within the sector or within your offices, regardless of whether private or public, or are individual companies, say for example, the current economic crisis, the inflation is skyrocketing. So if an accountant of a company, read through the books and was like, I forecast that according to our books of accounts and balance of checks and balances, we might not be able to meet, our obligations in February next year. So does that come down to an individual company, or you all generalize your moves?
At stake here is one fact. We are professionals. We have gone through a professional training that ensures that you are able to analyze the facts, put together the facts, and using your professional training, be able to come up with solutions or proposals. Key role for us is to report on financial performance, support decision-making process in anticipating the future.
Which actually answers my question.
Yeah. How we do it, our profession is highly regulated.
Okay.
We've got what we refer to accounting standards, both for the public sector and for the private sector. It is important that any entity that is preparing its financial information takes a decision to either report in accordance with those prescribed regulations or not. If it has taken on the duty to report within the prescribed regulations, then it will fit into the expectations of every accountant.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Mr. Mutumba, as we come to the end of our interview, I would like to know, how does an interested participant come to attend this forum?
Thank you, Arnold, again. We invite the general public, both members and non-members of the Institute, to register at the Institute's website, www.icpau.co.ug. And for more information, you can also directly call the Institute on our phone numbers 0414-540-125, or even our social media and digital spaces.
So just to be clear, this is for accountants only?
The Economic Forum is for both accountants and non-accountants.
Non-accountants.
And we invite all experts in different fields to come and we debate together.
Okay.
Right.
Any last message for our viewers before we close this interview?
For the viewers, I have one first comment to make. Behind every successful organization is an accountant. So
okay.
take heed and know whose services are you using for your accounting needs, and ensure that the accountant you have is a member of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and come join us also while we seek solutions to our economy.
I can't deny when you say behind every successful organization is an accountant. It reminded me, of course, behind every successful man is a strong woman. So in one way or another, then the woman is the accountant of the home, which actually makes sense, doesn't it?
Well,
wow. All right. So. Thank you very much for honoring our invite, Mr. Ronald Mutumba. Mr. Ronald Mutumba is a certified public accountant with the ICPAU. And I must say that has been our lunchtime bulletin. Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for more news in our subsequent bulletins. Good afternoon.